Okay, this is the the introduction to my series of videos. I gave you that link, the 101, basically the basics of WordPress. If you have not watched at a minimum two of those videos, I recommend that you stop watching this right now and go watch at least three or four of those at a bare minimum. The more of those you can watch, the better, because what's going to happen is I'm going to go over how to edit your site. Now, there's, of course, the basics of WordPress, the functionality, things like that, but I'm not doing 101. I'm not going to show you how to log in or how to create a new user or talk about the media gallery. That's what the whole purpose of that link I sent to you is for. At the same time, I don't want you to get lost on terminology, so start clicking here, clicking there, using this word, using that word. If you're not caught up, you're not up to speed as far as how the basics of WordPress work, then you're just going to be lost, going to be irritated. You're going to be sending emails and questions that are all covered in those videos, and what I'm going to go over in this section too. So it's just going to kind of compound the problem. So this first video, I'm gonna just mention that, throw that out there. Please watch those other videos so you're up to speed. And I'm gonna go over a couple things in the back end, specifically a section. And then what's gonna happen is I'm gonna do multiple videos on specific areas of your site. So for instance, how to set the news feed section, or how to do this banner, how to set up your cart, things like that. So everything's going to be on an individual basis. I'm not going to do just one super long video that covers everything. So if you're not sure or you forget, you can go to where the link will be for these videos. Obviously, if you're watching this, I've given it to you. And then there'll be the title of every video in there. So every video I've done, you'll see a title such as banner, or options panel, or creating a page, whatever the case may be. So go, look and make sure you can see all that stuff. Okay. And then I'm going to try not to do in general, the videos are 3 minutes to 6 minutes. That's the norm. Every once in a while, because your site has got a lot going on, there might be a section to where a video is 10, 11, 12 minutes. I hope not. But more than likely, just as what's going on with the back end of the site, it's probably going to be the case a couple times. All right. So let's kind of get familiar with what's going on with this site. I'm going to go over a small section. Call it quits, and then pick it up from there. All right. So right now I'm logged in, and real quick, right now this is where your dev is. This is obviously your main URL right here, but your dev is under WordPress. And when you're ready to make it live, I'm going to change that so you don't see this WordPress. It's just going to show this link. The reason I'm bringing that up, because right now this is how you log in. It's the WP-admin, right? Which you should have learned from those videos. But your URL for this one is this, currently at least, is this with this dev folder called WordPress. Once your site is live, this link is no longer valid. You will no longer log in under WordPress / whatever the rest of the stuff. It's only going to be your main URL and then WP-admin. So it's going to look like this. Okay, so remember that once you've pushed it live, it's out there for the public to see, where it's no longer in dev and you're ready for people to come sign up, this will be your admin. So try to remember that. All right. So basically, we have a lot to go over on this left section. Right here is the main information, the main setup, and those videos, those tutorial videos, they're covering posts, media, links, pages, comments. But they're not going to have things in there like homepage slider, testimonials, partners, your shopping cart, some of the stuff down here like members and pin it. Those are setups that now I'm thinking, I wonder why pin it's even on this. Why is this even here? Yeah, I got to remove that. So I ignore that. I don't even know why that's even here. Okay, so what I'm saying is don't, when you look at the login here or the admin section up in here in this panel, and then you look at the videos, it's a little bit different because we've got a lot more going on than just the basic WordPress. Okay. Now, I wanted to actually dive into this thing right here called the theme options panel, but I think I'm going to call it at least a stop for this particular video because we're about 5 minutes. This is just an introductory video to your actual back end, so I'm going to do another one on this section. All right, that'll do it for this.